Now, you know, I'm just kidding about this gender thing. I'm just joshing about the gender thing. Gender's no issue. Neither is the color of one's skin. That's not a measuring issue either. It is character. It's what's inside. And Michele has this. She has what we need. But speaking of women, this year a lot of conservative women, like Michele, they're standing up and they're speaking out for common sense conservative solutions, and they're ready to take our country back. And these gals are putting it all on the line, running for office in 2010. And when I see how many great candidates there are out there willing, sacrificing to serve our country, it kind of reminds me of that campaign button we saw in 2008. Remember, it was a pink GOP elephant, and it said on it, "It's a girl." Well, someone better tell Washington, warn them that that pink elephant is on the move, and 2010 is shaping up to be the year that conservative women get together and help take back this country, and Michele is leading the stampede. Now, people point out that Michele and I, we kind of have a similar story. We didn't get involved in politics because we would strive to be politicians, heaven forbid. We got involved because we wanted opportunities to be able to incentivize a work ethic for our children and for other children. Starting out in the schools, me with PTA, and Michele dedicating 5 years of her life fighting for her kids to get a better education, and then she ending up in the state Senate. Turns out, Michele and I, we both have a lot to fight for. She especially, I thought the Palin clan was pretty large. She's 5 kids and 23 foster children. And I looked that one up real quickly. I Googled that one, and that was palm-worthy. I had to write that one on my hand. 23 foster kids. This is the poor man's version of the teleprompter. We're still kicking it old school. But you know what? When moms like Michele get involved, then you know that that's when real change is in the air. With no time to waste, no time or desire for drama or for personality or power struggles, no time for that. Plus, you add in there some mother's intuition, and I think that we can just kind of tell when things just aren't quite right, and we're not afraid to roll up our sleeves and get to work and put things back on the right track. And maybe it's because she is a mom and she's so concerned about all our kids' future and their opportunities that Michele felt like she had to speak out when Washington went on a spending spree again and started borrowing more and more money from foreign countries and bailing out, taking over, shoving aside so much of our private sector, as she mentioned, insurance companies and automakers and banks, and so much of the private sector now that government controls just in these last 18 months. And maybe it's because she's a mom that Michele heard about the administration's plan to pass another expensive entitlement program that we cannot afford. And she said, that doesn't sound right, and we can do better, because somebody's got to figure out who's going to pay the piper for all of this largesse that we're suffering from in these last 18 months. See, Michele knows. She knows that when you plan out the family's budget, or our small businesses, our budgets there, that you can't spend money that you don't have, and you certainly shouldn't take the money from your children. And that's why she voted against the $1 trillion stimulus bill, and she co-sponsored the Rebound Act, which is to reduce the deficit and promote real economic recovery. In some cases, she's had to take on others, even within our own party, to make her point. And I know what she's up against there. As governor, I had vetoed some of Obama's stimulus funds, and my veto was overridden by a Republican-led legislature because there are too many people today with blinders on believing that this is all free money and somehow magically it's all going to just work out without America producing more, that it's just free money. What's happening to politicians, especially in Washington, is they're becoming addicted to opium, OPM, other people's money. There is an addiction there.